Hey everybody, I'm Owen Doyle, and I did architectural engineering at ME&E in Durango, Colorado. I worked with a ton of blueprints. Our firm had recently picked up a project where we renovated all of the Durango 9R schools. So I got to learn about HVAC systems in all the schools and the ins and outs of all these school buildings, which was really cool. Here's another building I did, which is a Cortez library. And here's the first ever design I made. It was a mechanical destruction design. So what that means is like you build or you map out all the existing conditions of the building. So like all the vents that are already there, all of the air terminals, VAVs, everything. And then everything that's outlined is stuff we have to like take out to like replace with new equipment or fix. So here's a more in-depth photo. So everything that's outlined, all those small little boxes are vents we're gonna have to take out and things that we have to replace. But a really fun part of my internship was actually doing these field visits. So you have to go into each of the schools and like open up the plenums and like look inside at all these like crazy weird like dark spaces with these giant metal boxes, and I got to like measure everything, and it was really cool to see all of the stuff I'd like mapped out online in person. And I also got to measure like electrical loads of the schools, which was really interesting to like see how much power a school consumes. And I worked with my mentors, Nate and Dustin right here. And then fun stuff I did in Durango included like skateboarding and like going to the river a lot. I fished a ton, and I actually ended up babysitting. My sister-in-law's friends were staying with us, so we had kids over at the house all the time, and I ended up just hanging out with my family a bunch because I was really close to town. I came back all the time for whether it be like a concert or bluegrass, as you can see. I was just around town a lot, so. Advice for future interns, I would say know what you want to do more so than not, because having an internship that was like personal to me was way more rewarding than not, like knowing what you want to do. Study beforehand. I had to learn a 3D software program called Revit, which was super difficult, but I picked it up easy because I studied beforehand. Check your email. It's really like makes things way easier if you're like prepared and on time and like know how everything's gonna be, and then be easygoing because not everything's gonna be how you want. Like my housing situation didn't really work out, and I had to do the last 3 weeks of my internship online, but it's just be easygoing. So big thank you to Nate Brush, Dustin Sullivan, and Nana Nesbitt, my mentors there, Sarah Holbrook, and the entire Pinhead community, and then my sister and brother-in-law who housed me while I was there.